What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Total Swans TV. This is your match review of the Swansea City versus Bristol City match, which ended 1-0 about half an hour ago. Overall, very pleased with the performance. Very happy with the result. Playoffs are still within grasp. Had we lost today or got a draw, Cardiff would have guaranteed their playoff spot. Forest would have guaranteed their playoff spot. They still have a game in hand. But if they lose, then they're still reachable. Obviously, there's a 6-goal difference between us and Forest at the moment. But it all now comes down to Wednesday night. Swansea against Reading, Cardiff against Hull. Hull have got to do us a solid. They've got to do us a massive favour. I think there's a +1 goal difference for Cardiff over us. Yeah, we're on 6, they're on 7, so there's only that one goal difference, which would mean if we won and they lost, we're into that playoff spot. It would be absolutely fantastic. Pip them right on the last day. But it could still there's still a massive possibility if Forest do slip up. They over the next 2 games that Cardiff and Swansea can both get into those 2 playoff spots. It's absolutely crazy. I can't believe this is still possible on the last day. We've almost written off the team and Steve Cooper a couple of times already since lockdown has been eased and the football's returned. But if any of you watch my videos, I keep saying for however long there is something to play for, you just have to keep going for it. And today the players went for it. They took their chance. We were very lucky that Diadihu, however you say his name, missed his penalty and then could not score with a follow-up because Mulder was lost on his line, to be fair. He went the wrong way for the initial penalty, and then by the time the attacker had taken his rebound, Mulder was still trying to scramble to get up off his feet. So we're very fortunate that they missed that penalty. Thankfully they did, because then it kind of allowed us to sort of get back into the game. Bristol were dominating for that portion of the match, and it was very difficult for Swans to try and get out of defence and to try and create any attacking options. But we saw out the game. We made a couple of changes. Cooper made a flourish of changes after bringing on. He brought on Wayne Routledge, I believe, for Brewster. He swapped him for Van der Horn. But Brewster came off as well, and we did offer something towards the end of that second half. And the second half performance was maybe not perfect. The last 20 minutes of the first half was solid. We deserved to go in at halftime 1-0 up. And we did see out, we saw out Bristol throughout the game. They didn't really cause us too many problems. Mulder didn't have too many saves to make. Their goalkeeper had a few chances from Ayew. Ayew could possibly pass the ball a little bit more often, and we may, score another goal or 2. He likes to go for goal, especially when he's bringing it in on his left-hand side into the box. He likes to have a crack at goal, and they do come off every now and then, but in all fairness to the Bristol goalkeeper, he stopped everything Andre Ayew shot at him today. Performance-wise, I think it was decent. We did what we needed to do. We saw out the game, thankfully again with that penalty miss, but we were able to see out the game, and it was an enjoyable second half to sort of watch. It was a very nervy final 10 minutes. Borough got a goal back against Cardiff, which was fantastic, but again, it's all out of our hands. If we manage somehow to get into the playoffs on the last day, what an overachievement, but a fantastic achievement as well at that, because although people will say maybe we're not ready for it, maybe we don't deserve it, I've been, I'm guilty of also saying that as these games have gone by, but for as long as you are still within a shout, and if you do get it on the last day, then you fully deserve to be there on the last day. Brentford slipped up today. They've, probably, I think now they can still overtake West Brom. They're only a point behind, but they can now not catch Leeds. So Leeds have gone up as champions. West Brom can't catch them, and Leeds still have a game in hand as well. So they can, sort of run away with the league at the end of the season, and they probably will do that. But it's so tight. I mean, we can still drop down as far as 9th. It's as low as we can finish this season, which would mean Millwall and Preston can both jump above us with a victory and us losing. But going into that Reading game now, I'm really confident. I really think we can do a job over them. They are all the way down in 15th spot. They are down there on 56 points. So their season's pretty much done. They're a championship club again next season, regardless of what happens. So fingers crossed they sort of take their foot off the gas a little bit and allow us to come into the game and grab a couple of goals. But Hull have Cardiff. Hull are now 23rd. They've dropped down after losing to Luton today, which is it's going to be a very interesting final game between Cardiff and Hull. Complete polar opposites end of the table, but who knows? They need the 3 points just to try and climb out on the last day, but it's not likely because the goal difference is 16 between them and Charlton. Their only hope of survival now is that Wednesday or Wigan get those points deductions and do actually fall to 23rd in the league, which Hull need a victory to pretty much even have a chance at that, because they're 3 points off Luton, who are in 22nd, and 3 points off Charlton in 21st. So they need that victory against Cardiff. We need them to beat Cardiff. I'm very happy, after the games today. I'm a bit disappointed Cardiff did win. Neil Warner couldn't do the dirty over his old team, which would have been absolutely fantastic. Not often do Swansea City fans really, cheer and want Neil Warner to do well. But we kind of needed it today. And his Borough team, who were not very good at scoring goals, did the same against us, lost 3-1 and scored a goal very late on. So I'm gutted that Borough couldn't do us a favour, but we cannot rely on other teams. Sadly, we have to. But we have to do our bit as well, and we definitely did it today against Bristol. We put in a very good shift, and we need to do the exact same thing against Reading. As I say, their season's done. What can they drop down to? The furthest they can drop down to now is 17th from 15th, and they can only climb up to 14th. So their season is done. Please, let us win the game on Wednesday. It's not going to happen, but it would be absolutely fantastic if we can get the 3 points on Wednesday and just end the season strong. Like I said at the start of today's game, just get the 3 points today, then aim for the 3 points on Wednesday against Reading, and who knows what can happen. It's a bit unfortunate we've had to wait this long to try and gather as many points. We drew against Cardiff with Selena hitting the post. Someone's already posted that up on Twitter, and it's sort of drawing some attention to going, why are you bringing that up? There's just those little margins, but we lost against Luton, we lost against Leeds, we drew against Millwall, so we are where we are. We're very fortunate that we are still within a very good chance of finishing in the playoffs come the end of the season. It's already with still 3 games to go. It's an improvement on Graham Potter's team last year. Our final finishing position and points tally, we finished 10th. I'm not exactly sure how many points we ended up on, but we've already passed that this season with a game in hand as well. So got to give massive credit to Steve Cooper for his first season in club football, obviously coming from the England setup, and he's done wonders with the youngsters that we've got in our squad. And to be fair, whoever made the appointment, you got to say it's been the right appointment this season. Absolutely, 100%. Cooper's had my backing as the season's gone on. Yeah, there's been some hiccups. Yeah, changes should have been made, and more changes should have been made at the right times. And especially since lockdown, we could have thrown on an awful lot more players each game and tried to chase the game, but we didn't do that. But we are still within 3 points and 1 goal of the playoffs. So credit goes to Steve Cooper. Credit goes to every single Swansea City player that's contributed this season, whether they left in January or not, or came in January. Brewster has done wonders since he's come in. Unfortunately, couldn't get on the score sheet today. Neither could Andre Ayew. But our right back, Connor Roberts, picking up the pieces from a fantastic Conor Gallagher shot, which bounced back off the post. He was very unlucky with that shot, but that's what you got to do. I've been saying it for weeks and weeks. Take your long shots. You've got people who are poachers who will pick up those pieces. Andre Ayew, Ryan Brewster's throwing himself at the ball as every cross is coming in. Jake Bidwell's deliveries from the left-hand side, again, absolutely superb today. Every man played out of their skin today. I don't think there's anybody I was really disappointed with today. I thought everyone did great. Guy and Cabango, Van der Horn at the back was brilliant. Routledge had a very good game when he came on, which was surprising. I think a lot of people were thinking, oh no, Wayne Routledge once again didn't really make much of an impact when he's come on the last few games, but he did really well today. Brewster was unfortunate, not very great off the ball sort of movement and stuff, but Bidwell pinging those balls in across the box. The players throwing their bodies at it. Brewster was unlucky a couple of times. So I'm very hopeful now, and I'm very confident going into the last game against Reading. I think we got a very good chance of sneaking into that playoffs. We just really need Hull to do something against Cardiff. A draw's not going to cut it, even if we win, because that would mean Cardiff are on 71, we'll be on 70. So nothing more than a Swansea win and a Hull win will do us any good on Wednesday night. So guys, thank you very much for anybody who tuned into the live watch along today. I had a blast once again. I'll be doing it again Wednesday night, so make sure you subscribe, hit the bell, so you do not miss any more videos. And as I say, Wednesday night, I think it's 7:30 kickoff. We'll be starting about 20 minutes before kickoff anyway for the live stream. So make sure you do catch us on Wednesday night. Hope you all have a fantastic week until then, and I will see you on the next one, guys.